You got to do what you got to do to come out on top. This goes with everything. Your opponents won't have mercy, and the people who tell you that you shouldn't do these things, like you shouldn't do these gray area kind of things to make money or these gray area things to get on top, they're saying that because they don't want you to get on top and they want themselves to get on top. These companies, these conglomerates, these elites in the system, they do these horrific actions to keep their power and they want you to stay low so you don't catch up. I'm telling you. And I know you're just sound like you're just like an average dude and you're wondering like, well, it's not me versus the elites, right? They don't even know who I am. But they don't want you to rise up. Your friends don't want you to rise up. Nobody wants you to rise up except maybe your family and maybe someone that really, really loves you. But even that's rare. All your friends are going to compete with you, unconsciously, all of them. To be afraid to cheat on an exam is ridiculous because most likely the teacher found the old exam online or is using the same one they did last year because out of laziness, most of the time your teacher is exhausted and getting a average salary from the job that, you know, they're just trying to pay their bills to take care of their kids. These investment banks, they train their employees like mice and make them work 80 hours, 100-hour work weeks. Even the 40-hour work week stuff, you're forced to work for a company that's already making plenty of money and they pay you such a small margin of the amount of money that they're making that it's almost immoral. These colleges cost $80,000, $90,000 a year. And to be afraid to cheat on an exam when they're okay with you paying that much is ridiculous. And the thing is, if you don't cheat on these exams, maybe you'll keep your integrity. But the truth is, you would get further in opportunities because it would score you a better score, which would allow you to have more opportunities and meet better people. And if you're a good person inside, you can meet these better people to eventually raise enough money to give it back to the people who actually need it. There's so many people who just want to keep their money and keep their money. And but then there's also so many people who are like, "Oh, I don't want to do anything bad. I don't want to like, you know, try to sell stuff online. I don't want to do like black hat stuff online because then it's not good, right? Because then I'm going against my values. But the truth is, like, you need to be like Robin Hood in this society because you're not going to get anywhere if you're just like working some chill job that doesn't get you a good salary. And then you're going to be tired and broke, and like, the system's going to take over you. You're not going to have enough to pay for your kids. You're not going to have enough to pay for your bills. You're not going to have enough to take care of you're going to be forgotten, and no one's going to you're gonna always be in a constant struggle. So you need to find a way out. And if that way out is, on the gray area of morality, you can sacrifice that for a bit. So long as you can make sure that you pay back what you've done and help make sure you help people later on. Now, when I say gray area morality, I'm not saying like some actual like crazy shit. Like I'm not saying that, but like I don't know, maybe pre-checking the supplement that you're selling so that they automatically buy a subscription, right? Now, some people might say, like, oh, that's really immoral because most people won't look at it, but that's like gray area, right? That's like a perfect example, right? You're obviously making a little bit of profit. Most people aren't going to like notice that it was pre-checked, and they lose a little money, and if they really want their money back, then they could do a refund. And some people think that's like super immoral, but the truth is, like all that money, at least for me, all that money that I make, I just want to pay it back. I want to give it to I want to give it to people back. I want to give it to any kind of charity. I'll do research on charities once I make enough money, and I want to become so rich because I know the money's better in my hands than these other people's hands. Because I'll just use it on stupid shit like cars or stupid shit, material stuff. Um, I'm gonna use it on material stuff too. I'm not stupid. I want to get like a nice house and take care of my mom and my future kids and my family. But besides that, everything else is just gonna go to charity. Everything I do is just to help people. I promise. That's it.